Welcome, everybody, to the Steve and Bobby Show. My name is Steve Williams, and of course, I am here, as usual, every day with my homeboy, partner in crime.
What's going on?
Bobby Bleer, too. We need to clap. What's going on, everybody? I appreciate everybody tuning in, of course, to the Mad Talk TV studios here in central part of Fresno, California. And we are going to talk about, we're going to move some stuff a little bit different this week, because I know y'all been overwhelmed with all this COVID stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we're going to move it forward, and we're going to move on to talk about, I don't know if y'all know that there's a presidential campaigns going on, election going on right now.
You mean there's a chance to get rid of Trump?
Right now.
Oh, really?
Right now, as we speak.
Okay.
The Democratic Party has, of course, nominated Joe Biden. It's pretty much set in stone. Joe Biden is the man. He's going to be moving forward. But it seems as though Joe Biden has gotten himself in some little ruckus. And it seems it's kind of weird. You know, every time we talk about politicians and sports figures, this stuff always comes out the woodwork, don't it? These issues of just, you'll see what I'm saying. Let's go into this first video. You'll see exactly what we're talking about here.
The Senate has denied Joe Biden's request to search for and release any records of an alleged sexual assault claim against him. Biden has been accused by Tara Reid. She was a staffer in his Senate office in 1993 and says she filed a written complaint about the incident. Last week, Biden asked the Secretary of the Senate to look into it. In a statement Monday, the office said it, quote, has no discretion to disclose any such information as requested by the former vice president.
So this seems to be an issue. And, you know, this is the thing, too. And this is a touchy subject for a lot of people on a lot of different reasons. And we can go into as to why that is such a tough, you know, I mean, you had the Kavanaugh issue. We have the Donald Trump, of course, issue. And, I mean, Al Franken issue, the Me Too movement. Yeah. There's a lot of issues as to why we need to actually take this serious. Now, whether this is a valid situation or not, and we don't know that, right? And I think it needs to be vetted.
So, and you know, in a way, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I just, what we have to do now in today's day and age,
yeah,
as we are progressing and moving forward, and as progressives, I don't think that we should, at the beginning, doubt its validity.
Right.
It is a valid complaint.
Yes.
It is valid. That's
and
what
should
I believe
be taken as such.
We need to investigate and go at it. You know, when I ran for office, right? Everyone says, you know, do you have skeletons in the closet? Do you have anything there? I remember when we first started the show, we talked about the vetting process, right? There's no vetting process, right? The vetting process is done by your opposition. It's called opposition research.
Yeah.
Your opponents will research and investigate and go through and dig up and try to make everything about you that could possibly be bad worse, right? And that's where, in today's day and age, where everything's on TV, where, you know, it's what makes the news, a lot of people are starting to doubt the things. That's why, you know, to doubt what's coming up as opposition research and say people are just faking it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And
so it puts a lot of doubt in their minds. But I think at this particular point, the same thing with Brett Kavanaugh. In that case, so much focus was put on whether or not she was telling the truth, right? Mm-hmm. Rather than wanting to listen to her, right? And when we attack these people when it's real, right? They don't want to come out because they're put on the limelight and it's such negative stuff. And I don't think we should do that.
Yeah.
I don't think we should attack her.
Yeah.
I think we need to listen, and I think the president needs to say, you know, the candidate in this case, say, you know what, check. It did not happen. It did not do, you know, these things did not happen. Have unfettered access. Yeah. I think that, you know, people should do that. But when you have a president like Trump, the opponent, not doing this stuff, hiding everything, you know, I mean, he's bad already. So Joe Biden should open that up, and we'll see next what he says, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I think, we're going to see right now Joe Biden's response to this situation. And real quick, I really like the point that you brought up, that we should take it serious. I'm trying to think of the exact word that you worded right now. You said that when she mentioned it, we should take her word for it at first and research it and find out the truth to that. Because that's important. That's the important part. Whether you think she's valuable, no matter what team they're on, whether they're Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, whatever they're at, doesn't matter. at least listen to what she has to say. Listen to what he has to say, because there's always two sides to an argument, right? We're going to look right here what Biden's side of the argument is. Take a look.
Never happened. And it didn't. It never happened. I don't remember any type of complaint she may have made. It was 27 years ago. And I don't remember, nor does anyone else that I'm aware of. And the fact is that I don't remember. I don't remember any complaint ever having been made.
So I think we have yet to hear the accuser as to what the situation is. So, of course, we're listening to one side, Biden, and of course he has the platform. But she's going to have her say in court. She's going to have her say in the public, and then the public can go off of that. And of course,
she's skipped interviews, is what I've heard too.
Oh, has she?
Yeah,
she's been skipping interviews.
Well, I mean, look, I don't know it myself, but people who have been hurt in this way, it's hard to come forward and explain what had happened.
Yeah.
You've let so much time go by, and now you want to come out and say something. And the first thing is, why didn't you say something before? And you had made a commitment to hide it, right? If this case was true, she had the commitment to hide it when he was vice president.
Yeah,
Does
very
that
good
make
point.
sense?
Yeah.
You know, and now she's saying this. So it leaves room for speculation, but also you have to understand, maybe now she has the strength.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the Me Too movement that gave her the ability to do something.
Yeah.
You know, how do you know? You know, people have had put out signs, you know, like sign here, you know, put your name up if you've been, you know, if something has happened to you, men or, you know, male or female, put it up, right? She may have put her name up in different places. She may now have had the courage, and because this is happening, she comes out and speaks. Right? And the more we attack her and defame her and call her names and shame her, she may lose the courage to come out.
Yeah.
Right?
Or other people may lose the courage to come out as well.
Well, that's what it does. And so if you give her the time of day and you find out that it's false, then there you go.
She's had her word in court.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is not about the presidency. This is about her right now. This is about our victims in this country.
Yeah.
That's what this is about. Not about the presidency.
Yeah.
It's about the victims. And we have to think about that, okay? Because in the end all be all, you know, I'm never going to condone Biden doing bad things.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to condone, you know, the president being the president again next time around.
Yeah.
So
I think you know, with Biden, Biden has been an elected official since 1972. Actually, the year I was born. Okay, I'm 48 years old. That's how long he's been in Congress. The guy's been in for a long time. Now, it doesn't say that what the accuser is saying is wrong. It doesn't, just like you was mentioning right now, that maybe this is the time she chose. We don't pick the time when she can come out and say something. So it's not the fact that it's been a long time or we're doubting that fact. It's just that we need to see, you know, Biden is up. I mean, this is a serious election that's coming up. And all these things just need to come out. You know, naturally, when you run for president, look at, I mean, with Obama, with President Bush, or President Obama, President Bush, Father Bush, they all had the skeleton. We all do have the skeletons in the closet. Nobody's perfect. So these things come out. We'll figure out what happens at the end. So we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I wish he could say that he knows that it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But he says he can't remember.
Yeah, and that to me was key.
And
that's key. That's a key.
You know, I wish he could. So
I think those were choice words that he used on purpose. I think that's a political.
Those are the things that make me weary of, you know, like kind of scared of what's going on.
Maybe there's some fact.
But there's a lot of questions come up. But he could push forward and let this investigation go to get it out of the way if he's 100% there. And you know, we talked about this a long time ago, that as Democrats, we kind of want that perfect candidate.
Yeah.
We're not going to get it.
We're not going to get it.
And so, and Biden needs to realize he's the last person in anyway.
Anyway,
right?
yeah, right.
So if he's afraid, like there won't be a complaint, but like, you know, I did say some stuff that I don't want people to know. Dude, let people hear that you said those things, because I don't think it can be any worse than what that Trump did. Let it come out. Apologize for it. Move forward. And you know, apologize if you're sincere, right?
Yeah.
But do that. Get this out of the way so we can concentrate on what we need to concentrate on.
Yeah. And I think, you know, the Joe Biden thing, even all of this stuff that's pertaining to all of our candidates, whether they're Republican or Democrat. It's important for us, of course, to vet these guys because, I mean, look at Trump. I mean, Trump's a prime example why vetting is important. But you're the first person, when you were running for Congress, I never realized. I used to always think, remember I told you?
Yeah.
And you just said it right now. I thought there was some type of vet. I thought the Democratic Party comes in. Okay, you want to come into the Democratic Party. We are going to vet you. And these guys in suits come in. And okay, who's your teacher in third grade? It doesn't work that way.
No, it don't work that way.
It don't work that way.
It don't work that
Maybe
way.
if you're running for like a major, maybe a president.
No, it works that way
presidency.
if you run for CEO.
CEO.
Of a company.
Yeah,
you know?
right. But not if you're
Not as an elected official. We got it backwards there.
So
right?
you're elected official, you kill folks, but you're a CEO. No, that you can't have that. So okay, let's move on. Let's move on to this thing because I actually find this next story kind of interesting because of so everybody I'm sure has heard of TikTok and the popularity of that social media site. It has moved itself into billions of users per day. I mean, I can't believe it. It's actually competing with Facebook. It's competing with Twitter. It's competing with a lot of major social media outlets. TikTok is huge. And there seems to be some scrutiny going on with it in the sense of security issues that are going with. Understand that TikTok is a Chinese company. And listen, to be fair, and I'm American, so I can say this, anytime I hear the American government criticize someone else because it's foreign, it's usually because either A, they wanted the technology first and they don't like it, because I'm seeing this a lot in 5G.
Okay.
This 5G situation, I don't know I'm not an electrician I don't know nothing about telecommunications. But I just find it kind of weird that the United States is there's just all these weird conspiracy theories that are surrounding it. And I think it's just the fact that the Chinese have invented it before we did. That's just my opinion from me looking from the outside looking in. I can do that because I'm American. I have that freedom to do that and have that freedom of thought. I don't think in China they have that freedom of thought, but that's just my viewpoint. I think that a lot of this new technology that's coming out, there's all this scrutiny behind it, and it seems as though it's always these foreign companies that are being scrutinized. I don't see too many American companies I don't see Twitter being scrutinized for privacy. This type of, look at this video, you'll see exactly what we're talking about. Take a look.
Nope. Nope.
It's one of the most popular social media apps out there.
My name is Skylar. I rep.
Loved by teens and young adults, turning dance videos and lip syncs into viral sensations. With reports of 500 million users worldwide, TikTok has cemented its place in pop culture history, favorited by stars like Ariana Grande,
Got me walking side to side.
Britney Spears,
and focus on getting a six-pack. So, here I go.
and Reese Witherspoon.
Now look at me. My actions are unbeatable.
But this morning, the wildly popular app, which is owned by a Chinese company, is reportedly under federal investigation. The U.S. government reportedly launching a national security review of the company's data collection and censorship practices, amid concerns that users' personal data could be accessible to foreign governments. In 2017, the Beijing-based company ByteDance purchased the U.S. social media app Musical.ly, merged it into their TikTok app, and opened TikTok's headquarters in California. The app coming to the attention of several U.S. senators, worried that TikTok could be a target of foreign manipulation after Russia's attempts to interfere with the 2016 U.S. election through Facebook.
So, what do you think? The TikTok situation.
I don't use it. I don't, but you know what? On our phones, they tell us that people have all your down information anyway. You got to pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah.
This was, one of the largest, the app that was downloaded the most a couple years ago, or maybe, I don't know, a long time ago, was the flashlight app. I don't know if you remember, there was a Russian company
I remember
that was
that.
taking everyone's information,
I
right?
remember that.
One of the first things, because everyone wanted to download the flashlight.
I remember that.
Right,
Yes.
because you know why? Because to get to the flashlight,
Yeah, I remember that.
people had to go to camera, turn the flash on. And
Yeah.
people didn't understand that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
what did they do? They downloaded a flashlight app, which
remember
you just
that.
click the button and go.
Yeah, and it had some
stealing all your
They were
stuff.
stealing information.
Right.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
right. That's right.
They got caught and whatever, and things happened. And
But if
later
they're
on-
doing it,
yeah, another company, they made
Yeah.
that you saw everyone made your old face, right?
Oh, yeah,
That when
yeah,
you
yeah.
take a picture and it turns
I
you into an
remember
old
that as
person.
well, yeah.
And they were taking your stuff too.
that was a Russian company too, I think.
I think so
Oh,
too.
hey, Russians, man. They're pretty good computer designers, by the way. They're real good computer designers.
Our 2016 elections. But in this particular case, the buying and the merging of TikTok and is it Musical.ly?
Musical.ly.
Yeah, Musical.ly. Getting together, the kids are loving it. They're doing their stuff on TikTok. In fact, I think TikTok. I've seen people who
huge
for
stars.
the classes.
Yeah,
they actually had to make TikTok stuff.
What?
So yeah, integrated into their educational system. Like right now, during the distance learning, they had to make videos or do something, and they've been using TikTok to do it.
Yeah.
So that's there, and these are foreign. You can't. It's an internet company, right? And they're not in this country, so they don't have to abide by our laws, right? And that's why iPhone can have certain rules and on what you download, but the Play Store doesn't.
Yeah.
And so these folks, they can do what they want, and they shouldn't have access. And we have the responsibility in America to protect our citizens.
Yeah.
From that kind of stuff.
I know with TikTok. I mean, my daughter usually brings in the little TikToks in the morning. Look, Dad, look what we have here. Look at this one. And we're sitting there laughing for 20 minutes. And I downloaded TikTok, and I started doing the same thing. Those things are addicting. Those social media sites are addicting. Those little, because I used to use Musical.ly as well. Musical.ly made you sound like whatever artist it was. Like, say, for example, you like Tupac or something, or you like someone, whatever. It'll make you sound like it, and it'll put your voice into the tune of the music, even if you're out of tune.
Yeah.
It was really a neat app, but I guess I'm a Russian spy
with that now. With that stuff going on now,
yeah.
Do you think less people will use it? Do you think it's going to have an effect?
No, I don't think. Americans just don't think like that. They just don't. I mean, no, I don't think so. I mean, it ain't going to affect me doing it because this is where I know there's a lot of people that are really antsy about security about anything, but I know that all this information, all this stuff that you go and you click on stuff, and you need to go on our website, you get 20% off, and you click it. If you read some of that stuff that's in there, they already got your information. And I don't do anything illegal anyway, so I mean, what are you gonna catch me what?
Well, I mean, it depends.
Looking at the Disney Channel?
That's why you have to be very, very careful. You always have to monitor your bank account. You have to look at everything.
That's true. Yeah.
Because if you use Amazon on your phone, your credit card and all your stuff is there.
I use Amazon.
And if that app asks permission to those files,
they can get it. And if you're not paying attention.
Right. And you know what? They don't have to take $1 million from you. They just need to take
2
cents. Yeah,
you mean like Bank of America did? Took a penny?
And the difference here is that we won't be able to hold anybody accountable.
Yeah.
That's the difference. If it's Facebook, we can hold Facebook accountable. TikTok, we can't.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
So that's the dangers of a foreign nation being able to have all of our information.
And we're just, the society and the world we live in now, we're in an international world now. This is the way it's going to be. I know one thing, technology has advanced a lot of countries, taken a lot of countries out of the Stone Age, brought them quickly into the modernization. So that's the good things of technology. Yep. But it just invents and reinvents new enemies. And
new loopholes.
New loopholes, all kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So. Anyway, so we're going to move on. Let's talk about, I don't know if you've seen this park ranger in Austin, Texas. Some park that's out there was actually shoved into the water. We have the video for that. We're going to show it to you in a second. But I kind of want to, I guess the guy's name was Brandon Hicks that shoved him. He ended up getting felony charges for it. The video is kind of shocking to me because, I mean, we were discussing this actually prior to the show right now of all this confinement, all this shelter in place, all this stuff that's happening where even my wife was discussing about this because she's concerned. She's in child abuse, of the uptick in child abuse, spousal abuse, all of this stuff that's going on. I'm noticing a lot of this weird,
there's anger.
Anger.
That wasn't there before.
Yeah.
That is being pent up and just give me this moment kind of anger, right? You got a chance to do something, don't take it away from me.
Yep.
And it's gotten people to act kind of brave.
And in this situation, in this Austin park, this park ranger, and you're going to see it in a minute because we're going to explain it to you because it doesn't explain it to you, you're just going to see the video. But the park ranger was actually telling some of the occupants of the park, telling them about distancing and just explaining basically some of the stuff. Take a look what happens.
We would like you to use the space out here, disperse yourselves so you're not engaging in that 6 feet of distance with each other.
We'll do in about
I got you, man. Got
Bet.
you. So, we can
Yeah, so you saw that there. I mean, I was kind of shocked to see that. He did get an assault on a public servant, and he said he may be getting state or jail time. They'll probably, what do they call that? Well, they'll probably do it in lieu of, what do they call that? A weekend, what do they call that? When you have to go out and clean the roads, and when you instead of getting jail time, you get probation and community service. Uh-huh. So, I bet you that's what's going to end up happening here. I don't know. I know he was fined though, like $2,500 or something. Don't do that, folks. No. Don't do that. I mean, do not do that. A lot of these guys, another thing a lot of these guys don't realize is I go to these universities, right? Because I have so many kids in college. People don't realize that university police officers are police officers. They're not rent-a-cops. They're actually state officers. They're almost they're equivalent to California Highway Patrol. Actually, they're equivalent in the sector of power. I found this out.
They're actually more powerful than CHP.
Maybe they're more powerful. Yeah.
The CHP is kind of contained to the whole state, but to the highway system.
Yeah.
Right. University police. They are state officers, state police. So their jurisdiction is the entire state of California, in neighborhoods, in the streets, anywhere.
And people don't realize that.
No, they don't. They don't.
They don't realize that. They say, "Oh, that's just a campus police officer."
Right. No.
They can give you tickets.
Actually, when I worked at UC Merced, when I was at UC Merced,
right.
Rosemary, right? That's right. But when I was there, one of the employees ran a stop sign, and he saw the officer behind, see him. So he was, "Oh, I'm going to get away," and he took off, and he went down the street, and then he got off the campus. He's driving, and then the officer, they knew each other, but he came and followed him. And goes, "What are you doing? You saw me turn on my lights." He's like, "Hey, you don't have jurisdiction here. I'm not on campus no more." He said, "I'm sorry to tell you,
I'm a state police.
Our jurisdiction is the entire state of California. You're getting a ticket, man." Yep. But that's true. I mean, they are, and in a case like this, that park ranger,
he's state too.
So the rangers, like even our park rangers here in California, they're state police as well. The ones that get you for poaching and all that stuff, but they actually have the right to do everything in the state as state police. I don't know in Texas if that park ranger was like a park ranger, like a civil servant park ranger.
Or like a law enforcement park ranger. Because there's different versions of park rangers.
Because I think it was a peace officer, it might have been different. But who knows? That was Texas, right? So, but the point is, there's pent-up anger, and people are willing to go that extra step to push that, and it's gotten a lot worse.
Yes, it has. And it's moved on to our next story, which is, I don't know if you guys have known this, but in Michigan, the state of Michigan, there was a killing of a security officer. And what happened is, basically, was at a Dollar Tree or something, one of these dollar stores, Family Dollar, and the security guard told one of the customers that they needed to wear a mask and that they had to leave the store. Well, they left the store and then went back and got a dad and a brother and ended up killing the security guard. Take a look.
My office has authorized felony warrants against 3 individuals in the shooting death of Calvin Munnerlin. She had gone to the store. She had a daughter with her. The daughter did not have a mask. Charmel did have a mask, but the altercation ensued, and we believe she communicated with Larry Teague and Ramon Bishop, and they returned to the store, and the shooting occurred. The governor issues these executive orders based upon information she gets from health experts. Our job is to enforce the law, and that's what we do. And we do it without favoritism. And in this case, there's just no excuse for somebody to take this kind of an action over this kind of an issue. I can't fathom one.
When I found out what had happened to him, it really broke my heart because I know what kind of person he was. So I'm extremely happy that we have law enforcement here that are going to find these individuals, and I want to make sure that they be brought to justice because this was extremely senseless over a mask.
You know, and when I look at things like this is the sad thing about something like this, okay, is a little situation just putting on a mask. You know, I don't know what the situation, I don't even know if the security guard was yelling. I don't know what the situation to where it got that customer that mad and that upset to where you had to go back, get whatever family. Now you got a brother in jail. Okay, that's going to be what, premeditated murder? Is that considered premeditated murder?
I would think it's premeditated
murder.
murder.
You went home and
right, and you came back with a weapon.
You came back with a weapon.
That's enough.
The dad going to be an accessory to murder, and you're going to be an accessory to murder, and you killed the security guard. 4 people's lives wiped out because all their lives are going to be wiped out.
Family too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's sad all the way around. There's no need to do this kind of stuff. The guy was just doing his job. Whether you thought, you know, I don't even know what the situation was, if there was an argument or not. It's irrelevant to the fact of where you did not need to kill that guy.
Emotions are really high.
Running high.
Right now.
Running real high.
And we have to take a breath, and we have to do things. I can tell you, though, right now, I have no patience at all for people who are ignoring the dangers of this disease. I have my reasons. I do. I have my reasons because it's hit me personally.
Yeah.
And so I have no patience for it. But you got to remember to take a breath. You got to calm down and figure out how we're going to get through this mess. And so we are cautious of how, you know, pent up people feel, how they know they need to get things and they only have certain opportunities to go out and do things. I mean, she may not have wanted to have to come back and get her mask and do all that stuff, and she's there. But I mean, there are rules in place for a reason right now, and this is in a place that we've never been to before, and it's just let's get through. But think about yourself, and you wear your mask, you do everything to cover yourself, to keep yourself protected, and get through and get the things done throughout the day that you need to. And let's try not to get to the violence. Let's definitely not cause the violence, and just try to move through, you know.
And there's a reason for that. Why you got to stop worrying about the mass situation, stop worrying about all this other stuff, because we got killer wasps.
Yeah.
We got killer wasps in the United States. What is the actual? I don't know what the actual name is.
I don't know. They call them murder hornets.
Call them murder hornets.
Is it murder hornet? Murder hornets? Yeah.
Murder hornets. Yeah. Every time you say murder, I always think of murder was the case. No, so there is these wasps. I think they come from Asia, or that's where they're originally from. And these are no joke. I mean, the size of some of these wasps are insane.
You're
how
scared
big
of
they are.
wasps, huh?
I don't like bees. Yeah. I don't like wasps. I don't like ants. I don't like spiders. I don't like none of that,
you got
man.
A pool now?
Yeah, but I'm still scared of all that.
Wait, you see.
No, I know. We had a pool when we was at Quail Lakes.
Yeah, they come out. That's right.
Yeah.
The bees come out like crazy.
Oh, yeah. They come out. And the little frogs, I had to go and get the frogs out. Yeah. Oh, man, I couldn't stand that. Yeah. I hate frogs. Yeah. But anyway, take a look at this. I want you guys, you need to see, watch what these things do, especially in this video that's coming up. Look at what these things do to entire bee colonies. Take a look.
A massacre in the honeycombs.
There were dead bees all over the front of the hive, all over the bottom board, and they all had all been chopped to bits. They were decapitated.
Beekeeper Ted McFall says he went to check on a hive one morning in November and found an entire colony destroyed. 60,000 honeybees torn apart in a savage attack. About a month later, the alleged attacker was revealed. This Asian giant hornet found in Blaine, Washington, just a couple miles from McFall's property.
And all it takes is a couple dozen of the Asian giant hornets to show up and start lopping off heads.
Dubbed the murder hornet for its powerful sting and the way it decapitates its prey, this is the first time the world's largest hornet has been seen in the U.S. In its native Asia, Vespa mandarinia is notorious, seen on programs like Netflix's 72 Dangerous Animals. Washington State entomologist Chris Looney says the clock is ticking.
The goal is to eradicate it now while the population is presumably small.
If he and his colleagues can't wipe out the invaders this summer, they're likely to multiply and spread across the country with potentially disastrous consequences. They're counting on the public to help trap and track hornets back to their nests.
So what do you think about those birds? Hornets.
What I think is that if anyone in this area has seen them or found the nest, we would love to get footage, and we're going to send Steve out there to go take a look at it.
No, you ain't. No, you ain't.
But in all truth, we do have to be careful about these things. These things that can ruin our economy, the things that can ruin our places. We gotta make sure we have a good hold on this. I mean, it's another thing that we got to worry about.
And bees are very valuable.
Oh yeah.
They're very, man, I saw a whole thing and there's a Netflix special on how important these bees are. And 60,000 bees is like, that's probably about I don't know how many, I know there was a colony here that was wiped out where they couldn't figure out where it went. The colony just disappeared, and it was $1 million worth of bees. And then where there was a lot of bee theft going on, and man, there's a good Netflix special about bees. And you got a hornet or a wasp or what, a murder coming around killing these darn things.
Oh, Mother Nature's telling us something.
Mother Nature is mad at us.
It's telling us something right now.
Mother Nature said no more tacos.
Something's going on. I mean, wants our air's cleaner for some reason.
Yes, I saw a thing of LA from I think it was January. The picture was taken to like 2 weeks ago. Night and day. Night and day.
You can actually visually see.
And the difference,
how it is different.
We drove through LA the other day to go get this puppy, my wife's puppy, and I left at 4 a.m, and I think we went through around 8 or 9 or something like that. I can't remember what time we went through LA. Drove right on through it. Picked the puppy up, turned around, came on back. That's crazy. You never do that in LA.
You don't. But it's changing right now, so we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Anyway, I appreciate you guys for watching the Steve and Bobby Show here and the wonderful studio here at Mad Talk TV Studios. Make sure that you guys tune in to some of the other shows on Facebook. There's a ton of different shows. You guys want to make sure every time, we got to tell you guys, make sure you guys tune in. There's a lot of good content out there. There's a lot of good stuff. Make sure you tune out to some of the Mad Dog TV productions that are going to be coming out pretty soon. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Make sure you guys are locked on and make sure that you guys are doing what you guys are supposed to do, coming and tuning in. Make sure you like, make sure you share. Want to add anything, Mr.
Yeah, you know what? You guys just check us out. Please visit the Mad Talk TV shows and hit the like. Hit that button right there on like. Check us out on YouTube. Hit subscribe. And very, very, very important, we are going to try something new next. So in the other segment that's filmed today, we're doing something called Off the Dome.
Off the Dome.
You know, we're just going to try to talk freely about certain things. You know, there's certain things that we're not going to talk about that we really wanted to, but we felt that we had to kind of keep it down.
He's being a good friend.
Yeah. But stay tuned. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the other side.